Hey, welcome back to another episode of Addicted to Gear. I'm Tony. Today we're looking at this. This is a wireless system called the B2 2.4 gigahertz wireless system from NUX. And we're going to be looking at it in more detail right now. I'm going to unbox it. We're going to look at what's inside, what you get in this kit. And I have to say I've been converted to these wireless systems. And I'll tell you why. I was always old school and I always played with a guitar lead, and I figured guitar leads are the way to do it. I'm not a professional. I'm just like a hobbyist, musician, and I don't need a crazy wireless system. And honestly, I thought that a lot of these wireless systems didn't work very well. I'll tell you what, I tried this B2 wireless system just recently with my band, and they worked absolutely flawlessly. They were well made. I wasn't at all worried that they wouldn't work. And I'm basically, after trying about 3 different types, I think this one is my favorite so far. And let's go over it so that you can see what you're getting and why I really like this system. All right, so let's open up the box and see what's inside. Just pull off the top. It's actually very tight. All right, so you can see here we have 2 wireless receiver transmitters. You can just take one off, take the other one off. Let's take a look at those in more detail here. So the transmitters are made of plastic. They have an input type jack here that actually rotates all the way around. On the side of the unit, you have a couple of LED lights, very small lights. I don't know if you can see them there. Here, maybe if I turn it on, you'll be able to see the light. There, you see that light there is flashing. So that's in pairing mode. And so if I turn on the other one, like so, it'll flash. And once it's actually paired, it'll stop flashing. So when it's on like this, you have to select what channel you want to be on. So to select the channel, you'd basically just press the button here. Let's say you want to be on channel 2, you put them both on channel 2, and when they stop flashing, they're paired. And so it's as simple as that. So you have 4 available channels to choose from. So then you have an on-off switch here. You just slide that on and off. The other side of it, you have a little USB port. So the unit comes with a USB port and a charging cable. So here is the cable that comes with the unit. As you can see, it's quite long. One side of it is a standard USB port. The other side is a Y mini USB. So you can actually just plug that into the side of the unit like that. Plug the other one into the second one like that, and then plug the other end into your charging port and you're ready to go. One of the units has a little tab in back of it. I don't know if you can see that there. While the other one has a little slot. So it's like a male-female type of thing. And you can just hook them together, throw them in a bag, you're ready to go. You don't lose them. It stays put and you can carry both very easily. That's pretty cool, well thought out. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, well, how does this little gizmo work when it plugs into your guitar? So let's try it on a couple of guitars and see how well it works. This has always been one of the weak points on typical systems like this, where they weren't thought out carefully enough, and the actual input wouldn't be like in the best orientation. So let's see what kind of orientation we can get with these on different guitars. So we can just plug that in here. There we go. So let's say we plug it in. So how does it sit? So when you're holding the Telecaster, you can hold it with a strap and it would basically hang off that way, or you can put it up flat like that, where you can actually turn it around this way. So it all really depends on if you want it to be out of the way or not. Some people will just let it hang down this way. I think this is not the best way because you can knock that and it could get in your way and you can hit it with your leg or something like that. So I prefer to bend them like this and get them out of the way. And it doesn't cause any issues by doing that. Of course, the thing does move, so it doesn't stay in place 100%. If you're moving around, it could actually move out of, it could, but normally you're holding your guitar like this. So once you have it in place, it normally stays put and you're good to go. So let's try that on a Strat and see how that works. Let's pull that off. So if we take our Strat and we put in the unit, see, this actually works better than some of the other ones that I've had, because the other ones would actually stick out. Now this can actually rest flat. Obviously, you're not going to put it this way. You're going to put it this way. So on a Strat, it actually is out of the way. You can still use the arm. It'll maybe hit the unit, but it's not going to damage it. But it's relatively discreet. See, it lays pretty flat on the body, as you can see. So, and it goes in, there's no issues, there's no obstruction with the way it's designed or anything like that. So it works pretty cool with Strats as well. So in the past, I've had bad experiences with some systems that were not designed as well as these, where they wouldn't fit in Ibanez guitars because the shoulders here would actually, when you would put them into the hole, they would actually touch the top of the guitar body before the entire jack was engaged. With these, the way they're designed, because they're they go in an L shape, you won't have that issue. So it's well thought out. Now there's nothing that shakes, there's no rattling or anything. They're definitely well made. The unit comes with a nifty manual here that you can flip through, and there was an interesting section in here about the frequency range, and I want to read that to you because that's what I think a lot of people are nervous about when they buy these kinds of units. So they specifically say in their manual that since the B2 is a 2.4 gigahertz wireless system, they say to avoid placing the transmitter and receiver next to other RF transmitting equipment. So what does that mean? So they say they recommend that you install the B2 transmitter and receiver at least 3 meters or 10 feet away from RF transmitters, and that basically means Wi-Fi routers, okay? So if the environment is full of RF transmitters that you're in, sometimes the B2 will have interference. So that's something that you guys have to keep in mind, okay? So the 2.4 gigahertz means that you do have, I guess, better clarity, but you will get more interference if you're dealing with other products in your home that also work at 2.4 gigahertz. So it's important to know that, because I don't want people to come back and say, oh, you know, I bought this product because you recommended it and I'm having issues. It all depends on the environment that you're in. You want to select the right one for your environment, okay? The range, okay, so the range on these is about 100 feet, that's line of sight. So you can go up to 100 feet away from the receiver. 100 feet is more than what you need on stage. Unless you're playing a stadium or something like that, you should be fine with these. And it's a 32-bit, 48 kilohertz high res sound quality, what they claim anyways. Harmonic distortion on these or noise is less than 0.05%. And you do have 4 channels. You have automatic sleep mode on this as well, automatic wake up, so it saves your battery. And the batteries, when they're fully charged, will run between 6 and 20 hours. So obviously, you know, if you're playing a gig and you're playing more than 20 hours, then you will have to recharge at some point. But I've played 3-hour gigs with these, no problem. And they charge relatively quickly. There's a battery in here. There's rechargeable batteries, okay? And that's how they basically work. Now, once the batteries die, can you replace them? I don't know. Honestly, I haven't tried opening one of these. There are screws in the back that I guess you can pop open the back covers, but would I recommend messing with them? Well, I guess once the battery dies, you know, once the battery dies, if they don't work anymore, you might as well give it a shot. But I can't guarantee that those batteries would be easy to change. It depends how they're mounted on the circuit board on the inside of the unit. But overall, I can honestly say I'm quite pleased with these units in terms of their performance, their look, the styling. I mean, look, they fit in the palm of your hands. They're easy to put into your gig bag. They're discreet. One thing that I would like to recommend to NUX as well as to other companies that are making these products, it would be a great idea to offer an optional extension cable that you can actually plug in here, and so that if you don't want to have this little receiver or transmitter right into your guitar, you can put it on, maybe you can hook it on the back of your strap, so that you can have a little cable going from here to your input on your guitar. So that would keep it out of the way, and the cable will be a little bit more discreet, and it wouldn't be an expensive option to add, and I think it would be well received by a lot of people using these systems. I haven't seen that yet, but I think the first company to offer something like that would be ahead of the game. So just a little tip there for NUX. And I have to say something, I'm really impressed by the quality of the NUX products that they're putting out. I've tried these receivers. I also have another looper pedal that I'm going to be reviewing very shortly for you guys, and I'm really impressed by the quality of the products coming out. I think they've upped their game overall, and they're really trying hard to give us a lot of value for the money. Look, the range is great. I almost fell off the roof trying out these things. I can't show you here because I'm in my studio, but trust me, I plugged it in and I went out of the room. I went across the house here, and I went through a couple of doorways, and they do say 100 feet line of sight. I had no issue going across a couple of walls on the other side, and I was still getting good reception. So I don't think you're gonna have any issues on stage. How is the sound compared to a regular cable? Now, I've tried both. I A'd and B'd both the system and my cables, and to be honest with you, I can't tell the difference. If you're using longer cables, for example, you'll probably hear more of a difference with the longer cables than with these. So I don't have any worries about that. I think that if you're playing a live gig, nobody will notice whether or not you're playing a wireless system or you're playing with your leads. I actually plugged these in with my band, and I was playing, I think I was playing about 3 or 4 songs before anybody actually even noticed that I was using these guys. So, there's definitely no audible difference unless you have, the hearing of a dog. So, highly recommended, the NUX B2 system, one of my favorite wireless systems so far. 2.4 gigahertz, well made. I have no worries about using this. I think it's going to last a long time, and I'm going to enjoy using these more and more. So check out the NUX B2 wireless system. Really good quality, really good value for the money. I'm going to post the link in the comment section below where you can find these. You can go straight to the NUX website and buy them there. So I'll post that link down below. If you're already using these or maybe a different system, give me your comments. Let me know how you like them. If you had any issues with them, good or bad experiences that you want to share with others, by all means, leave your comments down below. I'll definitely answer your messages if you have any questions specifically about these, but I also want to hear your experiences as well. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you guys know what to do. Hit the subscribe button or you're going to miss other videos. If you want to be notified automatically, hit the little bell icon and you'll be notified whenever I post another review like this or other videos. There'll be another NUX product coming up very shortly. That's going to be the looper pedal that they have out, which is a fantastic little pedal that I'm very pleased with, and I want to share that with you as well. But in the meantime, guys, I want to remind you to stay tuned and keep rocking, because there's going to be more great videos coming your way right here on Addicted to Gear. See you soon.